as I roved out a fireside sing-along with Pauline, Scanlon, Nicola, Joyce and Eamon Murray, starting us off this week for the Duncairn Cabaret. Welcome one, welcome all. Saturday night, the 2nd of May, week 5 of no, we're not going to mention that word. It is week 5 of the Duncairn Cabaret, and thanks to so much to all of those who have been with us from the beginning and have been here all every single Saturday night, and to anyone who is joining us tonight for the first time, you are more than welcome. To Míle Fáilte Bhuamh agus tá súlagin go mbunaí sibh sult as an ceol ar Chláirna. I'm delighted to be co-hosting for another little while along with Conor Caldwell, who will be along shortly. Miss Micheline Fay, I'm a local broadcaster. I'm a North Belfast resident as well, but I would just like to clarify that I am originally from Tyrone, although I do live in North Belfast. My co-host Conor is claiming that anyone who lives in Belfast is a shafty. That is indeed not the case, and apologies to Cormac Neeson, who on last week's programme was introduced as being a Belfast man when in fact he's from Downpatrick. So he's not from Belfast, as Conor claimed wrongly on last week's programme. Tisk Conor, but sure, that's the way the shafties go. Anyway, the Saturday Night Cabaret is a variety performance, and basically what we set out to do here for the next hour and a half or so is give you a flavour of the music performances which are usually presented to a live audience in the more salubrious surroundings of the Duncairn. That's the centre on the Antrim Road, and it's closed obviously, so in its absence lots of friends of the Duncairn, brilliant musicians, have got together and they are providing us with brilliant music from their own homes, and we give you the feeling of going to a gig whilst staying in your own home and basically sitting up on your sofa, and you're probably at this point still in your jammies and have been all day. And I'm not going to lie, I've put on a bit of makeup, I've thrown up the hair into a bun, put on a top, but the jammies are still on, and the jammies or tracksuit bottoms have been a staple of my Duncairn wardrobe from the very start, and I think that will continue. That's a lockdown style, isn't it? The Duncairn is closed, as we've established, so we're bringing you this wonderful music every Saturday night, and we are asking you to donate because these musicians are performing in their homes for a reason. Gigs are non-existent at the minute, and the gig economy is what most musicians depend on for income at the minute, and such is life. So if you're sitting there and you're enjoying their performances, you're enjoying their music, please we ask you to donate what you can, if you can, and you'll see all the buttons on the Duncairn.com. We couldn't have made it easier for you to do that. So with details of tonight's lineup, it's over to aforementioned Conor Caldwell.
Isn't it great to know that your co-host has your back whenever you make a mistake on live TV in front of thousands of people on a Saturday night? So Lynette, thanks very much for that. Episode 5 of the Virtual Cabaret I'm hoping is going to be a more geographically accurate one, although I can't guarantee anything. We're going to zoom all around Ireland and much further afield in the next 90 minutes to encounter some of our great friends who have already in fact appeared on the Virtual Cabaret in the first 4 episodes, the likes of John Spillane. We're going back to see Cailtín and Ciarán and Mhaonaigh. We're going to see Ashley Urwin and Laura Quirke, and so many more besides that. We have some new faces to introduce to you. Well, in fact, not new faces to you, but new faces to the cabaret. And Lisa Hannigan, no less, appearing for us tonight, as well as Mairéad and Nia Byrne, who are playing all the way from beautiful Carrickfinn in County Donegal. We'd like as well to thank our sponsors NIVAC, who've come on board to ensure that we can roll out the Virtual Cabaret through the month of May, and their support for us and for the artistic community is really appreciated, and we thank you on behalf of all the artists who participated in the Virtual Cabaret so far. But to start, we're going to go all the way to the other side of the world, and our friends Brandon and Ashley, the Ocelots, have been touring all around the globe really in the last 12 months, and they found themselves in Queensland, Australia at the start of the lockdown. But by the magic of the internet, they're able to join us for the second time on the Virtual Cabaret. So if you're ready, it's time to sit back, make sure your glasses are fully charged, because we're going to kick off the next phase of the show in the company of Brandon and Ashley, the Ocelots.
There's a rooster with a mandolin, he's going with the chords. He wonders if he wants to toy with reckless other birds. He wakes to village up when he's tuning his dreams. He never sleeps a wink with the constant melodies. life so tender, but never feels fulfilled. Oh, and he just pranced around the forestry, looking for a better world. But he never finds his peace, and there's nothing to be learned. Fight the monotony of every waking life. Dream the day away again. Dream the day away.
Thank you, that was called Dream the Day Away. This is a couple.
Could you martéis bhfuil ag tá hés ní an seo inta sés de bhí sinnim coppla tún agus a ré warandí fahaine ina dalín Duncairn am farste, bhí íhir dói a gaiin sin near sehád a hain agus de sulas gom ggóil se bhfuil léir go fálain agus go máid. Seo coppla Highland.
Under That Old Clare Moon, another song from the forthcoming album 100 Snow White Horses. And I did a tour of County Clare in maybe about 4 years ago, and I wrote the song for the people of Clare and for the County Clare, which is the musical county. And I was very lucky to get an apprenticeship as a young man with Noel Shine from Mhaonaigh, County Clare, who taught me a lot of Irish traditional music. And the song is for Noel and all the Clare folk, Under That Old Clare Moon. When I was a singer, I had only one song that I wove from the sunlight, and I rambling along. I tied it with rushes, I freed it with air, and it swept me on to the old County Clare. It went, meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. I chanted in Doolin, I sang at Fenor, I went rattling and a clattering on the old flaggy shore, where the cliffs at Quirke, they challenged the sea, and I sang like a thrush in the town of Kilrush. I sang, meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. Meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. At old Spanish Point, where the ships they went down, the moon she rose up with her great starry crown. Her necklace of diamonds, her white wedding gown, and she shed salty tears for the sailors who drowned. She sang, meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. Meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. A wonderful promise, the old County Clare. There are melodies hanging from shelves in the air. There's the maid at the barrels, the hag at the churn. There's a great flock of angels flying over the burn, singing, meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. Meet me tonight by moonlight under that old Clare moon. Thanks so much, everybody.
Hi, my name is Urwin and I'm a harper and songwriter from South Kerry. And this project is set up by the Duncairn Arts Centre in Belfast, which is a fantastic venue. And it's to support artists who can't work at the moment for obvious reasons. I'm currently living the hermit life down in South Kerry, which is lovely, but there's no work on the horizon for quite some time. So if you can, if you're able to, please donate towards this project. It would be hugely appreciated. I think music is one thing that's holding us together at the moment, so if you can, please donate and you can help out your local hungry musician. So I'm going to sing a song. I'm going to start off with one called Anragara, which is Oscar again.
a lot of love poems to Dublin. They're kind of hard at the moment because a lot of them are about the sounds and the bustle of the city, and it's just not there anymore. It's really disconcerting and really sad. It doesn't feel right. So I guess all I can do really is recite my poems as an ode to Dublin to honour what it once was and what it will be. So this is from an anthology called Writing Home by the New Irish Poets, I guess that's me, by Daedalus Press. And you can buy it on daedalus.com, and they're actually delivering books right now. So that's something. And it's not just me, it's me and 50 other poets who come from sort of non-Irish backgrounds. And it's an amazing way of reading other people's voices and their takes on Ireland. So I'm going to read a poem called You City, You Boyfriend. Seated awkwardly on a wooden box, around the last of my cigarettes, my fifth in 2 hours, he talks and talks and talks, and my replies are only punctuation for his next sentence. Across from a grey slab tower, the city smirks, raises an eyebrow as if to say, "You know I'm so much better than him." And you're right. Because when we converse through the choke of soft air, we exhale each other in whispers on a walk home where a smile has broken my face from the realization that yes, you are better than them. You are better than all of them. Because you push up through my thin soles, and I feel every pebble when I'm treading across your tar bump skin, and I feel embedded in you, you city, you boyfriend, you dusty hug. And when I tell you that you're beautiful, you blush across the canal, even though you already know that grey glamour suits you and you don't need to be told. I wear you like an arm across my shoulder, and when the wind pushes my hair back, I don't need an errant hand across a cafe table to push it aside. Like me, you play your cards close to your chest, but when we mourn, we crack with rain that pummels onto the pavements and across a million cheap umbrellas. So take me in and make me yours, because I've already let the pollen in my pores anoint me to an orchestra of rustling leaves and seagull song, and one day I will take thee to be my lawful wedded home. And I shall wear a dress of summer fog and a ring of past lives, and you will smile and shrug. And in your humid indifference, I will vow to love you anyway, because I'm a hopeless romantic and you're a city that keeps its own name. Oh, I'm so close to making Ireland sort of make me theirs, because I have my citizen application almost ready, but they seem to have paused all of that. So close and yet so far away.
I'm gonna switch over to ukulele. This is not one of my own songs. It's by Amanda Palmer, and it's called In My Mind. So I love this song. It always gives me a sense of calm, groundedness, happiness and peace. I hope it does the same for you guys. I hope you're washing your hands and staying 6 feet apart from each other, and not shifting. Let there be no shifting now. No shifting allowed. So this is a song called In My Mind.
I will be someone I admire, and it is funny
a good defensive driver. And it is funny how I imagined that I would be that person now, but it does not seem to have happened. Maybe I've just forgotten how to see that I'm not exactly the person that I want to be. And in my mind, when I'm old, I am beautiful, planting tulips and vegetables, which I will mindfully look over. Not like me now, I'm so busy with everything, well, that I don't look at anything. But I'm sure I look when I am older. And it is funny how I imagined that I would be that person now. But it's not what I want. If that's what I wanted, then I'd be giving up somehow. How strange to see that I am exactly the person that I want to be. And in my mind, I imagine so many things, things that aren't really happening. And when they put me in the ground, I'll start pounding the lid, saying I haven't finished yet. I still have a tattoo to get that says I'm living in the moment. And it is funny how I imagined that I could win this fight. It's not really all that funny that I've been fighting all my life. And maybe it's funniest of all that I'd have to live before I die. Maybe it's funniest of all that I'd have to die before I actually see that I am exactly the person that I want to be. Fuck yes, I am exactly the person that I want to be. That is a song by Amanda Palmer called In My Mind.
Hello, I'm Laura Quirke, and this is a song called Always Neighbours. Still sat in a room aglow with romantic memory, oil lamps and candles ease the itch from my eye. Sentimental furniture kept in every corner, caved in life's clutter. I'm a hoarder, I'm a keeper, I'm a dreamer. I hold a fragment of love in an old letter, up to the candle to burn away, but the truth extinguished the flame in just 1 second. Heard what I didn't want to know in the smoky afterglow, your words whispering through shapes of your writing on the wall. I hold a fragment of love in an old picture, up to the oil lamp to inspect it again. When I couldn't see your face so clearly, I turn on the main light switch. Wake up, it's 2019 and you need to get over it. Wake up, it's 2019 and you need to get on with it. Childhood friends, teenage lovers, adult strangers, always neighbors, always neighbors. And the harsh light is hurting my eye, as the truth is hurting my heart. I escape out to the nighttime shadow, expecting street lamps to reveal your figure to me. And you could appear on any corner, as you often do, but no one knows their neighbor in the city. No one knows their neighbor in the city. Unusual playing outside.
We live in the same room, so don't worry about us being socially distanced. It's too late.
We're beaming here from Jaja Studios, which is in Stony Batter in Dublin. Very socially isolated.
Yeah. Well, anyway, here's some songs by Lucinda Williams, who we both love a lot. So hope you enjoy them. Thanks very much for having us. And
thanks for listening.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hannigan. I'm at home in Dublin. This is the quietest part of my flat, so I'm here. I'm really glad to be part of this virtual cabaret with the Duncairn Arts Centre in Belfast. I love the Duncairn, and I look forward to getting back and playing there again when that's a thing that happens. Hopefully it won't be too long. This first song is called Fall. Hide your horses, hold your tongue, hang the rich and spare the young, who drain the spirits from the jar, hop the fences, steal the cars, roll on fumes and from alone, and burn for us right through the fall. Harbor ladies, call your name, brush your hair like it could be tame, hitch their dresses past their knee, spill into the floor like keys. They swing the bridges one and all, and burn for us right through the fall. Oh, Lara Nena, hey, hey, hey. Oh, Lara Nena.
This next song is called Snow. Sorry about it being so meteorologically unsuitable for the season. Heading from city to sea, just you and me, our boots creaking quietly, we will never be here again. Watching the snow falling down, watching the city lose color and sound, and we were looking to find in the feathered sky a contour line from the summer to Christmas time for the what, for the when you were the snow falling down, and I was the city losing color and sound, and we were sunk like treasure, sunk like treasure, sunk like treasure, sunk like treasure. Heading from city to sea, one facing east, one looking westerly, we would never be here again. Watching the snow falling down, watching the city losing color and sound, and we were sunk like treasure, sunk like treasure, sunk like treasure, sunk like treasure.
Lisa Hannigan bringing the first half of proceedings to a close on this evening's virtual cabaret, and we're delighted she could join us. She'll be along later in the second half as well with another song, so stay with us for more from Lisa and more from the rest of our musicians and artists who are with us on this evening's programme. Of course, one of the features has been the high level of solo performers that we've had on the show, but something else which has really stood out for me is the calibre of musical couples and families out there around Ireland and further afield, and there have been plenty of examples of that over the last number of weeks. Lynette, which of those has been your favourite?
I think my favourite family performance so far, Connor, would have been from Cailtín and Ciarán and Winnie from their home up in Gweedore. But it wasn't Cailtín and Ciarán who stole the show for me. It was their twins, their baby daughter and son, who are just some crack. Frankie and Rosie, they're brilliant, and I'd say they have a big future ahead of them. But hashtag Duncairn Cabaret, by the way, if you are enjoying what you're seeing tonight, get busy on social media. We would love to spread the word as widely as we can about this. Why keep it secret when it's so good? And also there's good crack on the Facebook page. If you're watching this on YouTube, get involved there. You can comment under the feed there as you're watching the programme. We continue the theme with families now on tonight's programme, and families making music in lockdown. And I have a question for you first. Do you remember a band called Them? Baby Please Don't Go might give you a bit of a hint. I think there was some fella called Van Morrison played with them at a point as well. But what is the connection between them and the bluegrass trad trio Alfie? Well, this is Jackie McAuley, who played in the band Them, and his son Ryan, who is the banjo player in Alfie. And here they are for a performance together tonight on the hashtag Duncairn Cabaret.
This is Chuck in the Bush. This is my dad.
Happy Isolation Day. Zzz.
waltz now this time. It's a waltz called Sundays Well. And it's just one that I wrote when I was in college down in Cork in UCC, Sundays Well, living in Sundays Well there, so give that a go now.
So the next song I'm going to do for you is a song by Joni Mitchell called Little Green. Born with the moon in Cancer, choose her a name she will answer to. Call her green, for the winters will not fade her. Call her green, for the children who have made her little green. Be a gypsy dancer. Went to California, hearing that everything was warmer there. So you write him a letter, say her eyes are blue. He sends you a poem and she's lost to you, little green. He's a non-conformer, just a little green, like the color spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow, just a little green, like the night when the northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be song. child pretending, weary of lies you are sending home. So you sign all the papers in the family name. You're sad and you're sorry, but you're not ashamed. A little green, have a happy ending. Just a little green, like the colour when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. Just a little green, like the night when the northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow.
Seo bhuireann inis tar bhainneam a ágan í áig a chur mar fun leis ne seo bhádáin. Ágan í áig tá siúlan rád lam, ba jazz dá láistín is dá leabhuilí. Vel flute is organ, Shinnim kjaldit, ahogun vron go lir the tree. In snap in la the goni, that doran roch duna McAuley. Stawin shabwas machine shagonai, le poil the forgiving slanerish. Dar music on a road to Nandu, and yenning dev no gorlad. Scar Daniela Vima and Doresa Navina turn ya di a grunja. Marme oglejiaren kunye tristaren smivel da yearun masachli. Kurin krera di nar hjangel godangen she. Skarun sil wam gremochri.
I'd like to play a couple of jigs that I stole from Tara Bingham or Tara Diamond, depending on how long you know her. It's my mum. So Leslie is Tara's dad. Leslie was my granda, Leslie Bingham, and the source for a lot of our music. And then Tara Bingham married Dermy Diamond, who's a fiddle player, and they're all musicians, and that's why I have this job instead of a real job. And that's why I'm spending the afternoon in my bedroom talking to my phone. Thanks there, Tara and Dermy. But anyway, the good side is I get to steal their repertoire of music. So these are two tunes I learned off Tara. And Pauline Drocha and something else afterwards, a slipjig. Something to do with Limerick. I think it's Will You Come Down to Limerick. So will you?
going to sing a wee American song that I first heard from the singing of Paul Brady, and this is The Lakes of Pontchartrain. It was on one bright March morning I bid New Orleans adieu, and took the road to Jackson Town, my fortune to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, that filled my heart with a longing for the lakes of Pontchartrain. I stepped on board of a railroad car beneath the morning sun, and rode the roads till evening, and laid me down to rest. All strangers here, no friends to me, till a dark girl towards me came, and I fell in love with a Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. I said, my pretty Creole girl, my money here's no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep out here in the wood. You're welcome here, kind stranger, our house is very plain. We never So fare thee well, my Creole girl, I'll never see you more. I'll never forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at each social gathering a flowing glass I'll raise, and drink a health to my Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain, by the lakes of Pontchartrain.
So I've got one more song left. Thank you for listening. It's written by Tim Buckley and Larry Beckett. It's called Song to the Siren. And it's got some of my favourite lyrics in it, so here we go. Long floats on, ship was so stars. I did all my best to smile. so there you are now. That's me. Thank you for listening. Current projects at the moment, I have a new single out called As the Tide Came In that you can find on the Spotify and the rest of them. And I'm not long back from a tour with Ajit Carr, and the main singer from that group is called Siobhan Moore, and we have a new duo project together called Woven Kin, and we'll be releasing our first single in a couple of weeks called When She Rises, so we're very excited about that. And you can follow us on social media to keep up to date with that. So yeah, thanks again. Thanks to the Duncairn for making this happen, and stay safe, stay healthy, stay at home, be kind to each other. Thank you.
Thanks so much to the Duncairn and to Nick and Eamon for hanging out and singing a few songs. I wasn't too sure how I felt about all of this whole thing, singing to camera and being in the room, but it's just felt really nice to actually sing songs and play music. So that alone is great, but I also have to say that this initiative is great because I think it's just been great to get a gig and just to do it. In our normal lives, we all have loads of stuff going on. We've a Leonard Cohen thing that we're all part of together. Nick is in the amazing band The Whileaways, and Eamon is obviously in yoga as well, my husband, and we'll all be back out doing our thing when the time comes, and by Christ we'll be around to go. We're going to leave you with this. This is a Shannon McNally song called I Had Something.
I was young.
So we're going to continue with a song now, and this is one that we were working on as part of a project with Julie Fowlis and Eamon Durley, and we took Irish language poetry and Scots Gaelic poetry and set them to music. So we tried to create songs, I suppose, out of poems. So this is one that we worked on, myself and John put the music to this. It's called Fuishiv a Yodse, which means I will find solace. And it was a poem written by the wonderful Marcin O'Diron, and he talks about walking along the beach morning and evening, and being amongst his own people and getting away from it all. So I suppose there's a bit of that going on at the minute with the coronavirus, and we're all enjoying a slower pace of life. So we'll sing this for you all, hope it cheers you up. Fuishiv a Yodse.
This last spoken word piece I'm going to do for you is called American Candy. And if you can hear some screaming in the background, I have no idea who or what that is. Somebody on the street has lost their minds. I'll go out and check on them later. Anyway, this is called American Candy, and it's all about violence, which will be blatantly damn obvious by the time I get through with doing the poem for you. Oh aye, we know violence. Sure didn't nurture us like pops. Insist our mothers gave birth to us prostrate and in stirrups. We know violence. It slapped our arses into existence, gifted our first and last breaths, spoke in tongues when it taught us right from wrong, in 1,000 different languages when all we knew was one. It was violence. Forbade us from pointing our fingers at what we didn't understand, or at the ones who stand accused. It saved the shame of our mothers. Taught some of us that pointing fingers could be guns or magic wands. Violence sometimes sings lullabies instead of rebel songs. Wakes us up to a chorus of bombs in the digital morning and sends us out to war. Hand on hearts. Hand on hearts to sing a song of subservience with nothing but the exaltation of the city of London in our soul. Or Israel, Washington, Vatican, Zion. It's hand on hearts to sing a song of subservience. Oh, we know violence. Every time we try to speak our native languages, every time we realise entire sections of our blood have been spattered to the four corners of some mythical land called diaspora, every time a girl has to leave this city because she was raped by great connected men, every time Jimmy tells me that story of being forcibly sedated and waking in another country entirely, every time I think I might best use my clenched fist to salute rather than break heads, I can feel the violence that I am breathing down my neck. Oh, I know violence. From the threadbare fabric of a fashion house home to the sexy shells of Stockholm Syndrome. From our hallowed psychopathic representatives to images of pixelated kids without limbs to pick the American candy up off the street with. Yeah, we know everything there ever was to know about violence. But when they cast the final die, how many of us are gonna know how to fight? How many of us are gonna know how to fight? How many of us are gonna know how to fight? Thank you.
Abby Oliveira, and a very, very powerful performance there called Violence. And Abby was one of the last performers at the 100 Club just before we had to close the doors of the Duncairn. And the 100 Club is an opportunity to present very, very thought-provoking spoken word and music. It happens once monthly in the Duncairn and will happen again when normal service resumes, and it will. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. We're nearly at the end of tonight's Duncairn Cabaret. Another week gone. It is unbelievable. I think Zoe and John, that setting there of Zoe Conway and John McIntyre in the woods in Carlingford, and that beautiful rendition of Fwishu Ayotsa that I would find release. I hope that tonight's performances have brought you release of some description, because everybody's getting it hard. It's not an easy situation for anyone. It's more difficult for some than others, and I just hope that together we can all contribute and get through this. That's what we have to do. We'll be back next week as well with another Duncairn Cabaret 8:30 on Saturday night, and of course tonight's performances will be available to review again and again on the YouTube channel and on Facebook throughout the week. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget to donate if you can. And finally tonight we have a very, very special performance, and it's of particular interest to my co-host Conor Caldwell.
Yes, Lynette, I was very, very excited when I saw that this particular song was going to end our virtual cabaret this week, because Annahorish is an area that I know somewhat. It's where my mother's part of the family is from, and it's actually the place where my mother attended primary school herself, much like the poet Heaney, who wrote the words that Lisa Hannigan is going to sing for us in just a minute. So I know my mum is a keen supporter of the virtual cabaret and that she'll be watching at the minute. So Mum, this one's just for you. And to everyone who's joined us this evening, I really hope you've enjoyed episode 5 of the Virtual Cabaret and that you'll join us again next Saturday at 8:30 on Facebook, on YouTube. Please tell all your friends, please like and share the feed, and join us for the next episode of the Virtual Cabaret. Until then, Slán.
And the last song I'm going to play or sing is I'm going to sing a Seamus Sini poem about his home place called Anhorish. My place of clear water, the first air in the world, where springs washed into the shiny grass and darkened cobbles in the bed of the lake. And now soft gradient of consonant vowel meadow, after image of lamps swung through the yards on winter evenings, with bells and barrows those mound dwellers go waist deep in mist to break the light ice at wells and Duncairn. Thanks very much for listening. See you on the other side.